Okay, programming reflection for the extraction for sprint 4. I'll get started by going over everything that I did. It was a lot of the tutorial fixes that we had from our feedback from the playtest. So I refactored the notification manager a bit because I needed to add some gamepad action text to my tutorial notifications. Specifically, I had to break them up into these parts because I had the move and kill interaction text as text elements, and the rest were action text scriptable objects. So what I did was I refactored this switch case to kind of fit better with the tutorial types that needed to have a gamepad option for them. Specifically the movement and camera. Also refactored the tutorial trigger system that I made so that not every single trigger script needs to be like big. So I made like a base class that all of the triggers kind of inherit from. So they would just have an override for whatever tutorial type they were, and they would show that corresponding tutorial for it. So that for the movement, camera, hide an enemy was different since it's the same interaction prompt, but I wanted to have different text on them, so it's showing both tutorial types, but just under different circumstances. So that was mostly what I did for the tutorial, like a refactor, and then adding gamepad support. So the next thing I did was I added a outline color and outline width change to the hideable interactables. So I just got the material and then I set the floats of those properties to the ones that I wanted. So whenever the outline is visible, I'm just applying the outline. This would be on the hide interactable whenever it's set outline visible is true. I can show that in the tutorial level as well. Changes that I made. So yeah, now the hideables have a green outline on them when you interact with them. So also for the tutorial camera, when I'm checking for the inputs in the notification manager, I had to check also for gamepad, specifically for movement. It did like any input press, but then movement input pressed for the movement tutorial and the camera input as well. Something else I added was the hiding vignette. So this was a new script that I attached to, I believe it was global volume? No. Okay, so I attached the hiding vignette to the Interactables parent. So it has a reference to the global volume, and it's taking this vignette and just turning it on. And it's setting the intensity whenever I'm showing it and hiding it. So this would be happening when I'm entering a hiding spot. I'd say that I did learn something with getting a shader property for the outline color and outline width, because I had to access like the material of the interactable with it and setting floats for a certain aspect of it, and that was new. The hiding vignette, I figured out that I could actually affect the global volume without having to set it beforehand in the inspector, so that was good that I could get access to it like that. Something I refactored was the base tutorial triggers, which was good since all of the other ones got a bit easier to manage after I did that. I wouldn't say I used any specific patterns that I didn't know of before, but those are the major takeaways, I guess, for me. Yeah, I felt like this was very tutorial script heavy and just kind of minor fixes. Just trying to get everything, trying to get some smaller things like the outline and the vignette kind of implemented and active for a bit of polish. So that was my reflection.